I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness. On yesterday at about 2 o'clock or 14 minutes prior to 2 o'clock, that would have been about 1:46 or so, the news broke that Joe Biden, my time Biden, has decided that he would step aside in the race for the 2024 presidential election, and that he was no longer seeking the office of nominee, or he would relinquish his authority as nominee. And that was that. After 3 weeks of wrangling, after that very poor speech, debate rather, going back 3 weeks ago with Tribulation Trump. And then about 30 seconds to a minute after that was released and had been digested, 30 minutes actually rather, he then said he was going to nominate his vice president, Kamala Harris, and I call her Camelback Ain't Black Harris, to be the nominee for the Democrat Party, and that he would and that she could run as a nominee, and that was it. And so I think a lot of people were taken by surprise in hearing that on yesterday. I don't know that I was. What may have surprised me that he did it quite as I expected. A couple more days of pressure coming from the DNC donors, and I think some 30 to 40 different congressional leaders had also stated that President Biden, Joe, would need to step aside. But the thing I want to share with you, if you don't mind, and I promise not to inflict myself upon you any further, is that the fact that everybody is saying that he did such a noble and grand act, a selfless act, that he is stepping aside and he's allowed to pass the torch to a younger generation. Well, I think that's a good idea, to pass the torch to a younger generation. That's a good idea. But I don't think what he did was so noble. I mean, if he was in good health, good strength at 81 years of age, still doing the boogaloo, still doing the huckabuck, got his mind straight, he's strong, his speech, he's good, he's ready to roll, he's ready to run the 100-yard dash. If he had that kind of strength and power and there's no sickness in his body, and he decided, well, I'm going to pass the torch to a younger generation. Pretty much like what Fancy Nancy Pelosi did, passing the minority torch to Hakeem Jeffries there in the House of Representatives. What Nancy did, and I think Nancy's pretty close to 90 years old, but she's pretty healthy. Her husband got hit in the head with a hammer last year, and he's still kicking. But Joe is sick. That wasn't noble. The boy is sick. He can't hold a thought. He don't know where the exit is on the stage. Joe is sick. President Joe, I'll say president. You want me to say president? Okay, I'll say president. President Biden is sick. That wasn't noble what he did. In fact, had he not done it, it would have been a grave injustice knowing that he's sick. I don't know whether it's dementia or whether it's Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. The boy got something and it's bad. It's bad. So he ain't done nothing. No, everybody praising. Van Jones crying and weeping. Everybody putting out the anger. Oh, he was such a good man. Oh, he did so much for our country. Oh, I know this must have been the hardest. Now, the man is still sick. Why you want a sick man? A man who can't remember one day from the other, running the most powerful office on the planet. Come on now. By the way, I'm not against, listen, I don't have a dog in this fight. Is that true? Is that right? You know that. I'm neither Democrat nor Republican. I'm a Christian. I'm the Lord's servant. That's got to be clear about that. And both of these parties are, if you will, as far as I'm concerned, probably the worst group of people on the planet. But, trying to say what he did was noble when the man is actually sick. The man, everybody knows when he's speaking, everybody's holding their breath. They think he's going to make a gaffe, that he's going to say something, he's going to forget something, he's going to start rambling. By the way, Donald Trump, how old? Yeah, I didn't talk about that. Donald Trump was out there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin Thursday night. I didn't get a chance to talk to y'all about that. he gave his acceptance speech of the Republican Party. Here's another sicko. I do declare, maybe we need to start getting some Hamite people in those offices. These are old white men. This boy is sicker than sick. Donald Trump got up there Thursday night, right? First, everybody said, "Well, since he got shot, I don't think a bullet hit Donald Trump." I'm gonna go on record now and saying he got hit by a sharp piece of glass. That glass cut his ear. The bullet hit that man back there, the Capitoli or somebody. By the way, he brought out the Capitoli fire uniform, right, from the guy. He's a fireman. He brought his uniform out with his helmet and everything. Then he pushed that uniform and helmet so far to the corner. The Hubble telescope couldn't find that thing because he didn't want it in the shot with him. Trump didn't want that fire. Trump don't want nobody in the shot with him but him. Unless he got that one black guy. Ever see that black guy behind Trump? Always blacks for Trump. You ever see that? Blacks for Trump. What Trump must pay his airfare to go where he go. That way it says a black guy with a white t-shirt on. Blacks for Trump. I don't think Trump got shot, quite frankly. I think it was a charred piece of glass. Because a bullet hit you, man, it's going to take off part of your ear. I don't think the boy got shot. Anyway, so Trump got up there Thursday night, started talking about a call for unity, and I want to be the president of all America, not half of America, and on and on. He went on for about 20 minutes like that, right? Then he started calling Nancy Pelosi crazy. He called Joe Biden and his group a bunch of thugs. He's right back on his regular Trump. The Trump train with all the rhetoric. He had bought those people in that audience in Milwaukee, they were eating it up. We had 30,000 people out there. They were eating it up. And so, but it went on. So I think maybe Trump would speak for an hour because he looked a little weak. I think he may have had a stroke, a mild stroke. So he looked a little weak, and, Melania was there, and I think she was ticked off. And all his grandchildren were there as well, except Barron. I don't know what Barron was at. And even Jared was there along with, what's her face? Ivanka. So he went on, he went on, and then they went on. I'm thinking to myself now, I said, so Elizabeth and I, we got a television in our bedroom, right? So it's later, it's 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock before he started preaching. He wasn't preaching, what he was doing. So I figured, half an hour, about maybe 45 minutes here, shut up and sit down. We can all. I want to see the whole thing in case something happens. I don't want to catch it on the rebound. I want to see it for myself. I sat there for half an hour, 45 minutes. An hour went by. This boy was just getting started. An hour and 15 minutes. He was still. I stood there. No, go get it. And then an hour and a half went by, and he's still going. And rambling from one subject matter to the other. Get rid of all these old white men. Now, I'm not against old people. We got to get rid of both Trump. Listen, Trump should step aside too. And let Nikki Haley, hey. No, well, Biden is sick. He stepped aside and gave it to what's-her-face, Camelback ain't Black Harris. And Trump should step aside and give it to Nikki Haley. Let them two fight it out. I think that's a good idea. No, I do. Let Nikki Haley and Camelback ain't Black, let them go to town. And Trump, go somewhere and sit down. Go somewhere, boy, and sit down on your golf cart. I don't care where. Sit down. I heard somebody told me that Trump had a gold toilet in his Trump Tower. Did y'all hear about that? Said that thing was made out of gold. What a waste of money. What an idiot. A regular old plastic toilet would do. Take that gold and buy some, man. Go take that gold and go to Tahiti. What kind of fool would want to have a gold toilet? I mean, he actually does have one. I mean, what kind of mindset of a person will want to point what you do at a toilet, and it's not pleasant, right? I'm not even going to discuss it. But what you do at a toilet is not pleasant. It should be considered gold. You don't want to put gold, what you do in the toilet, man. Just get yourself, oh, good Lord have mercy. Anyway, so here comes Camelback ain't Black Harris. Kamala Harris is called her name. Nobody knows how to pronounce her name. Here comes Kamala Harris, right? Here she comes. And, but we don't know if she's going to be the nominee. No, we don't know if she's going to be the nominee because, They still are debating as to whether or not, I don't know whether or not, somebody said to me, I think it was Bob Jackson. Y'all know Bob Jackson, he's down there in Tennessee. Y'all know Bob? Somebody said to me that that the reason why Barack Hussein, the long-legged Mac Daddy Obama, has not endorsed Kamala Harris yet is because he was hoping that he could run Michelle, the fist bumper, right, to be president. That's what I heard. Now, what I heard is not always true, only what I say. So, I don't know. I guess the Mac Daddy, I know that President Clinton, he and Hillary, they got out there rocking chairs up there in Chappaqua. They live up there right here in New York. In Chappaqua, they got out there rocking chairs and sent a note down to what's her name, Kamala Harris, and said, we support you. And so they, and everybody else, I think, somebody else, a whole bunch of people, you sent her all the senators that were, and governors, Josh Shapiro, Roy Cooper, Gresham Whitner, and who else? Somebody else got him. Oh yeah, that astronaut got him out there in Arizona. That senator, they all jumped on Kamala's bandwagon. What do you think? Well, first of all, let's get a couple of things straight. One is that I'm not against Joe Biden. I'm against everybody. Say, first, Pastor, now you're telling the truth. Now you're talking. Nothing for Jesus and not I'm against you. I'm against you. But, the fact that Biden gave up the torch is not a noble thing. If he's in good health and good strength, then there'll be something else, but he didn't do that. The boy is not prepared. It didn't do a good job. Everybody, especially the black people, Hamites, they said that Biden is the best president of their lifestyle. They're slapping Obama in the face because Obama did nothing. He was about the most nothing person you want to find anywhere. Nothing. So we're going to see if Kamala Harris will actually get the nomination and become the first woman president. You think she can beat Trump? I'd like to see them debate each other because Kamala Harris, she's a pretty good debater, but Trump don't play by debate rules. Trump gets thuggish. I mean, he was walking around behind Hillary Clinton. Y'all remember she did? He was walking up on Hillary Clinton like, I'm gonna jump on your back, woman, and calling her crooked Hillary. Trump don't play by the rules. So I don't know how Kamala Harris is going to be able to handle that, but I suppose that she will one way or the other. Anyway, so what do you think, everybody? You think that first, we always get to, because she's Asian too, but Asians are Hamite. I have to give you that. No, she's Asian. I think her mama was an Asian woman. And her daddy was some sort of fellow from down in Jamaica, I think, from what I understand. So she's a Hamite. I say Kamala Harris, but no, she is. She's a Hamite because Obama wasn't. Obama was a half black, half white. Now he was all white. That's what. But she's a Hamite. Kamala Harris is. So maybe y'all think she's gonna be president? Well, I think I need to inform you one other thing that I promise not to inflict myself upon you any further. I think the thing I need to inform you is that we are in the tribulation. Mr. Engineer, I put up a video, a tweet the other day, and said this thing will get ugly and honester. By the way, I'm not picking on Aunt Esther. It was Red Fox. It was Fred Sanford. Fred Sanford, he and Lamont, y'all remember that? Aunt Esther would come in. Fred Sanford, you fish-eyed how? Fred Sanford, Fred, why you, Fred? And Fred would say, why you so ugly? Lord have mercy. Esther would say, Lord have mercy. Lord have, the Lord gonna get you. The Lord gonna get you, Fred Sanford. Anyway, Fred would talk about how ugly. Now this is Fred. Fred was married to a woman named Elizabeth, right? And she died. And this is her sister, Esther. Anyway, I put up a post yesterday. I don't want to call Esther ugly, but that's what Fred called her. So I get that permission, President Joe Biden, my time dropping out of the race means the race is going to be uglier than Aunt Esther. Fred Sanford. All right, everybody. So what's it going to be? Is it going to be Kamala and Nikki Haley, or is it going to be Kamala and Tribulation Trump? We don't know. Or will it be Michelle the fist bumper and Trump? The jury is still out. At any rate, everybody, I'm James Evan Manning. I'm the Lord's servant. I'll be right back.